Hello everyone, hope you all are doing good and preparing well for the upcoming NEET examination. I am here with another video which will help you in preparing for the NEET examination. Yes, today I will discuss about the previous year NEET question from the chapter Plant Kingdom. I will discuss each and every question of this chapter from the year 2016 to 2025 and simultaneously I will give you some of the tips to solve these questions as early as possible. Yes, without much delay, let's get started. First, let me discuss the question from the year 2016. First question, conifers are adapted to tolerate extreme environmental condition because of options are broad hardy leaf, superficial stomata, thick cuticle and presence of vessels. And you know that in conifers they have needle-like leaves with the thick cuticle and the stomata is sunken in nature, which helps in tolerating the extreme environmental condition. So from the option, the correct answer is option C, that is thick cuticle. So they have thick cuticle with the sunken stomata to tolerate the extreme environmental condition. So the correct answer is option C, that is thick cuticle. We'll move on to the next question. Which one of the following statement is wrong? First statement, algae increases the level of dissolved oxygen in the immediate environment. Yes, it is true because algae produces oxygen through photosynthesis. Thereby, it increases the level of dissolved oxygen in the immediate environment, which is a correct statement. So here we have to select the wrong statement. So statement A is the correct statement. We'll move on to the next statement, that is B. Algin is obtained from red algae and carrageenan is from the brown algae. Yes, it is a wrong statement because alginic acid is actually obtained from the brown algae, whereas carrageenan is obtained from the red algae. It is reverse. That's why option B is a wrong statement and it is the correct answer for this question. We'll move on to the next question, that is select the correct statement. So out of 4 statements you have to select the correct statement. First statement is sequoia is one of the tallest tree. Yes, it is a correct one because sequoia is actually one of the tallest trees. So option A is a correct statement and the correct answer for this question. You need not to read the other 3 options, thereby you can save time in this question. We'll move on to the next question, that is in Bryophytes and Pteridophytes, transport of male gametes require. Options are birds, water, wind, insects. You know that in Bryophytes and Pteridophytes, sperms are flagellated and these flagellated sperms can reach archegonia only through the external supply of water. So only with the help of water current, these flagellated sperms can reach archegonia in Bryophytes and Pteridophytes. So the correct option is option B, that is water. We'll move on to the next question, that is from the year 2017. An example of a colonial algae is, yes, it is a direct question and the options are Volvox, Eulothrix, Spirogyra and Chlorella. And the correct answer is Volvox. So as you all know, Volvox is a freshwater alga and it is present in the colonies, or it forms a spherical colonies. So that's why Volvox is a colonial alga. Next question, select the mismatch. Again, it's a direct question. You have to select the mismatch one. Cycas dioecious. So it's the correct pair. So Cycas is a dioecious plant. It's a correct one. Salvinia heterosporus. Yes, Salvinia is a heterosporus, which is also a correct match. Equisetum is homosporous. Yes, Equisetum is a homosporous. That is a correct match. Pinus is dioecious, which is a mismatch because Pinus is a monoecious. Monoecious means both male and female cones are born on the same plants or present on the same plants. So that's why Pinus is a monoecious. So option D is a mismatch and the correct answer for this question. We'll move on to the next question, that is from the year 2018. Which one of the following statement is correct? So you have to select the correct statement from the 4 options. First option, ovules are not enclosed by ovary wall in gymnosperm. which is the easiest and the correct answer for this question, or it is a correct statement, because in gymnosperm they are the seed producing plants and the seeds or the ovules are not enclosed in the gymnosperm. So that's why it is a correct answer for this question. We'll move on to the next question. Which one is wrongly matched, or you have to select the mismatched pair? First is uniflagellate gametes, that is in Polysiphonia. Yes, it is a wrongly matched, because in Polysiphonia they are the red algae and it produces spores both asexually and sexual method. It produces non-motile spores, or non-motile gametes are produced both by sexual method and asexual method in the case of Polysiphonia. So Polysiphonia will not produce flagellated or motile gametes. That's why it is a wrongly matched pair or mismatched pair, and the correct answer for this question. We'll move on to the next question, that is from the year 2019. From evolutionary point of view, retention of the female gametophyte with a developing young embryo on the parent sporophyte for some time is first observed in dash. Options are gymnosperm, liverworts, mosses and pteridophytes. The correct answer for this is option D, that is pteridophyte, because in pteridophytes female gametophytes are retained on the parent sporophyte for some time. So the correct answer is option D, that is pteridophyte. We'll move on to the next question, that is from the year 2020. Which of the following pair is of unicellular algae? First option, Anabina and Volvox. Yes, in this Volvox is a colonial, so it is not the correct answer. Chlorella and Spirulina. Yes, it is a correct answer, because Chlorella and Spirulina are the unicellular algae, and others like Gelidium, Gracilaria, Laminaria, Sargassum, all those things are multicellular, and Volvox is a colonial. So the correct answer is option B, that is Chlorella and Spirulina, which are the unicellular algae. Next question, fluoridine starch has structure similar to, it's a direct question. So fluoridine starch is a stored food material that is present in the red algae, and it is structurally similar to amylopectin and glycogen. So that is option A is the correct answer for this question. Next question, strobili or cones are found in, yes, it is the easiest question, and it is found in, the options are Marchantia, Equisetum, Salvinia and Teres. So in that the answer is option B, that is Equisetum, because strobili are the cones that are present in the Equisetum, or it is present in the non-flowering plant. So it is a compact or dense structure that is present in the non-flowering plant, and the example for that is Equisetum. So option B is the answer for this question. We'll move on to the next question, that is from the year 2021. That is, gemmae are present in. Yes, it is an easy and direct question. You all know that gemmae are the asexual bud that are produced by some of the liverworts. So the correct option is option B, that is some liverwort. So that is the correct answer for this question. We'll move on to the next question. Which of the following algae produces carrageen? So you know that the carrageen is produced by the red algae, or the cell wall of the red algae consisting of this carrageen, which is also a direct question. That's why the correct answer for this question is option D, that is red algae. Which of the following algae contains mannitol as a reserve food material? Options are Volvox, Eulothrix, Ectocarpus and Gracilaria. So in that the Ectocarpus, which is a brown algae, it is consisting of mannitol as a stored food material. So the correct answer for this is option C, that is Ectocarpus. We'll move on to the next question, that is from the year 2022. Match the plant with the kind of life cycle it exhibit. In list 1, a Spirogyra. So you know that Spirogyra is an algae, and it shows haplontic life cycle that is present in second point, that is dominant haploid free living gametophyte. So A2. So A2 is present only in option B and D. So easily you can rule out option A and C. We'll move to B, that is fern, and you know that fern is a pteridophyte and it shows life cycle as a diploid sporophyte, and it is present in option 3, that is dominant diploid sporophyte alternating with the reduced gametophyte called prothallus. So that is present in fern. So B3. So A2, B3 is present in option D. So you can easily rule out the other 3 options, and the answer for this question is option D. Next question, which of the following is incorrectly matched? So you have to select the mismatched pair. First one is Eulothrix mannitol. Yes. So first option itself is a incorrectly matched pair because Eulothrix is a member of green algae and the reserve food material in the green algae is starch, not the mannitol. So mannitol is a stored food material that is present in the brown algae, not in the green algae. That's why first option, that is option A, is an incorrectly matched pair. Next question, hydrocolloid carrageen is obtained from? Yes, it's a direct question. As you all know, hydrocolloid are the water holding substances and it is obtained from the red algae, that is Rhodophyceae. So correct answer for this question is option B, that is Rhodophyceae only. Next question, match list 1 with the list 2. So you have to match the content that is present in list 1 with the list 2. It is very easy question. That is Chlamydomonas, you know that it's a algae, so A matches with the 3. Then Cycas, you know that it's a gymnosperm, so B matches with the 4th one. Then Selaginella, you know that it's a pteridophyte, so C matches with the 2. And Sphagnum is a moss, so D matches with 1. And the correct option for this is option C. Next question, read the following statement and identify the character related to the alga shown in the diagram. It is a member of Chlorophyllaceae. Food is stored in the form of starch. It is monoecious plant showing the oogonium and antheridium. Food is stored in the form of laminarin or mannitol. It shows dominance of pigments chlorophyll A, C and fucoxanthin. Choose a correct answer from the option given below. You know that from the diagram you can tell that alga is a chara, and in the option A to E, A, B, C are the only correct option because so chara is a member of Chlorophyllaceae and food is stored in the form of starch and it's a monoecious plant having oogonium and antheridium on the same plant body. So easily you can tell that option C is the correct answer for this question. We'll move on to the next question, that is from the year 2023. Identify a pair of heterosporous pteridophytes among the following. Heterosporous pteridophyte means which produces different kinds of spore. And it's a direct question. Answer for this is option B, that is Selaginella and Salvinia, which are the heterosporous pteridophytes. Others are homosporous pteridophytes. Next question. Given below are two statements, one labeled as assertion A and the other labeled as reason R. First, we'll analyze the assertion and the reason. Assertion is the first stage of gametophyte in the life cycle of mosses is protonema stage. Yes, first stage is protonema stage. Reason, that is protonema develops directly from spores produced in the capsule. Yes, this is also correct statement because protonema develops from the capsule, that is spore that is produced in the capsule. So both assertion and reason is correct. In light of the above statement, choose the most appropriate answer from the option given below. So first option, both A and R are the correct and R is a correct explanation of A. So not only both statements are correct, reason, that is R, is a correct explanation of the assertion A in the assertion and the reason. That's why option A is a correct answer for this question. We'll move on to the next question, that is given below are two statements. One is labeled as assertion A and the other is labeled as reason R. So first we'll analyze the assertion and the reason. Assertion is in Gymnosperm the pollen grains are released from the microsporangium and carried by air current. So it is true. A option or the assertion is true because in Gymnosperm the pollen grains are released from the microsporangium and it is carried by the air current. We'll see the reason now. Air current carry the pollen grains to mouth of the archegonia where the male gametes are discharged and pollen tube is not formed. In the light of above statement, choose the correct answer from the option given below. So if you talk about the reason is false, because air current carry the pollen grain to the mouth of Archegonia where the male gametes are discharged and the pollen tube is not formed. It is false, because in Gymnosperm the pollen grains do not reach the mouth of the Archegonia. Instead, what happens? The pollen grains land on the ovule where the pollen tube is formed and it carry that male gamete, that is sperm, to the egg cell and thereby fertilization takes place. That's why the reason is wrong, but assertion is true. So easily you can choose the correct option, that is option D. So A, that is assertion, is true, but the reason is false. So the correct answer for this question is option D. Next question, match list 1 with the list 2. So if you observe list 1 and list 2, Pteridophytes, that is A, correspond to the third one, that is Adiantum, because Pteridophytes, which includes the forms, and Adiantum is a type of form. That's why Pteridophytes correspond to Adiantum. Next one, that is B, Lycopsida, it correspond to Selaginella, because Lycopsida is a moss and Selaginella is a type of moss. That's why Lycopsida correspond to Selaginella, that is fourth one. Psilopsida, that is C, correspond to Xylotum, because Psilopsida is a vascular plant and Xylotum is an example for that. That's why Psilopsida correspond to Xylotum. Sphenopsida, that is D, correspond to Equisetum, because Sphenopsida includes horsetail and Equisetum is an example for that. That's why Sphenopsida correspond to Equisetum. So correct answer for this question is option D. So option D is the correct answer for this question. Next question, which classes of algae possesses pigment fucoxanthin and pigment phycoerythrin respectively? It's a direct question. You all know that fucoxanthin is present in brown algae, that is Phaeophyceae, and phycoerythrin is present in red algae, that is Rhodophyceae. So correct answer for this is option B, not option D, because respectively is given there. So fucoxanthin and phycoerythrin respectively. That's why fucoxanthin is present in Phaeophyceae and phycoerythrin is present in Rhodophyceae. That's why correct answer for this is option B, Phaeophyceae and Rhodophyceae. We'll move on to the next question, that is from the year 2024. Read the following statement and choose a set of correct statement. So you have to select the correct statement in the member of Phaeophyceae. So statement 1 is asexual reproduction occur usually by biflagellated zoospore. So this statement is correct statement, because in brown algae or Phaeophyceae, asexual reproduction generally involves biflagellated zoospore. That's why statement is correct. Next statement B, that is sexual reproduction is by oogamous method only. So this is not true, or it is a wrong statement, because sexual reproduction in Phaeophyceae often is oogamous, but there is an instance where the isogamy also present. So isogamy and oogamous both can be present. That's why statement B is partially true, or it is a, you can tell it's a wrong answer. Next is statement C, that is stored food is in the form of carbohydrate which is either mannitol or laminarium. So this statement is also correct, because in brown algae, so stored food material are mannitol and laminarin. Statement D, the major pigment found are chlorophyll A, C and carotenoids and xanthophyll. So this statement is also true, because brown algae have chlorophyll A, C and carotenoids and xanthophyll as a pigment. Next statement E, vegetative cells have a cellulosic wall usually covered on the outside by gelatinous coating of algae. So this statement is also true, because in brown algae, cell wall made up of cellulose and it is covered by a layer of alginates, which is coating of algine. It's a gelatinous coating. That's why statement E is also correct. So if you analyze the option C, that is A, C, D and E are the correct statement. That's why option C is the correct answer for this question. Next question, match list 1 with the list 2. In list 1, microscopic angiosperm. You know that microscopic angiosperm is a Olphia. So Olphia is a genus which consisting of floating aquatic plants, and it's the smallest flowering plant. So microscopic angiosperm, that is A, matches or corresponds with the fourth one, that is Olphia, and that option is present only in option B. Option B has A4. You can easily rule out the other three options, and you can easily select option B as a correct answer for this question. We'll move on to the next question, that is, which of the following is a correct match? So option A, that is Gymnosperm, Cedrus, Pinus and Sequoia. Yes, it is a correct one, because Gymnosperms are the seed producing plants and they do not have flowers or fruit, and the example for that is Cedrus, Pinus and Sequoia. So the option A is a correct answer for this question. We'll move on to the next question, that is from the year 2025. Which one of the following is a characteristic features of a gymnosperm? First one, seeds are absent. No, gymnosperms are the seed producing plant. So it's a wrong statement. Gymnosperms have flowers for reproduction. No, they do not form flowers. So it's again a wrong option. Seeds are enclosed in fruits. No, seeds are not enclosed in gymnosperm. Again, it's a wrong statement. Seeds are naked. Yes, seeds are naked in gymnosperm, means seeds are not enclosed within the fruit. So the option D is the correct answer for this question. Next question, match list 1 with list 2. In list 1 we have A, Pteridophyte, and it corresponds to Salvinia, that is fourth one. Next B, Bryophyte, it corresponds to Polystichum, that is third one. Next Angiosperm, it corresponds to Salvia, that is first one, and Gymnosperm, it corresponds to Ginkgo, that is second one. And if you observe the option, it matches with the option D. So option D is the correct answer for this question. Next question, in Bryophytes, the gymme helps in which one of the following? And the options are nutrient absorption, gaseous exchange, sexual reproduction. Fourth one is asexual reproduction. It's an easy and direct question. You know that gymme are the small multicellular green colored structure that is present in the bryophyte, and they helps in the asexual reproduction in those organisms. So in bryophytes, gymme helps in asexual reproduction. We'll move on to the next question, that is, given below are the stages in the life cycle of Pteridophytes. Arrange the following stages in the correct sequence. A, prothallus stage. B, meiosis in spore mother cell. C, fertilization. D, formation of archegonia and antheridia in gametophyte. E, transfer of antherozoids to the archegonia in the presence of water. You all know that first is meiosis. So meiosis should take place to form a haploid spore. So B, meiosis in spore mother cell is the first one. Next, these spores germinate to form a gametophyte. So gametophyte is prothallus. So second one is A, prothallus stage. Later, these gametophytes develop sex organ, that is formation of archegonia and antheridia in gametophyte. Later, fertilization, it requires water for sperm movement. So transfer of antherozoids to archegonia in the presence of water, that is option E. Next one, it results in the diploid zygote developing into sporophyte. So after fertilization, it results in the development of sporophyte. So that is C, fertilization. So correct sequence is option C, that is B, A, D, E and C. So option C is the correct answer for this question. Next question is, the correct sequence of event in the life cycle of a bryophyte is A, fusion of antherozoids with egg. B, attachment of gametophyte to substratum. C, reduction division to produce haploid spore. D, formation of sporophyte. E, release of antherozoids into water. You all know that in bryophytes, gametophyte is a dominant phase, and this gametophyte first attaches to substratum. Later, the antheridia, that is male sex organ, releases the antherozoids. Later, these antherozoids swim in the water and fuses with the egg that is present in the archegonia to form a zygote. Later, this zygote develops into sporophyte, and sporophyte later undergo meiosis, that is reduction division, to produce haploid spore. So that is what happens in the life cycle of the bryophytes. And the correct answer for this is A, that is BEADC. So option A is the correct answer for this question. So that is all about the previous year NEET question paper discussion of the chapter Plant Kingdom from the year 2016 to 2025. I hope this video is useful. If you have any doubt in this chapter, please feel free to ask. And if you want me to do any other chapter previous year NEET question paper discussion, please comment. I hope this video is useful. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.